The last question we took a look at was this one where he talks about the average of the tokens, you know, that you get 200, 300, 400, and that you will get 400 on average. People, of course, downvotes this because this is fucking stupid. And some people even put here the letters for why. They spell why, because yes, why the fuck would you do this? This is stupid, nobody likes this, nobody wanted this. And well, that is all news. But here we have a lot of fucking new questions, and that is what we are going to take a look at. Yo, Retractor, brother, how you doing, my dude? How you doing, my brother? So yes, let's just do it. Brother, I am great. Thank you very much. I am fucking great, brother. Everything is awesome. Cool. So, Haraldinho asks here, are there plans to expand the regions to match everyone against each other? Being rematched multiple times versus the same player is frustrating, and some ladders are probably harder to hit infinity. Yes, alright. I like this. I fucking like this. Because if the ladder, if the matchmaking is global, you have not only more opponents you could face too, but maybe you will face less bots because there are more players available to match against you, you know. So it will take down bots, and it will improve the matchmaking in general for you even at late night, you know. Yo, Raptor brother, thank you very much for that. I am glad I am approaching the 1K subs. I hope we get it soon. I hope we get it this month, but I don't know if that will happen. I don't know why they don't have it global. I don't know if that is something they are dragging from the closed beta days when only certain regions could get access to the game. I don't really know what happened in there. Then they ask here, is there any difference between how often a Series 3 card shows up compared to a Series 4 or 5 card? Is it true a card can show up twice until all uncollected card has showed up once? Is it just a coincidence that Wave has showed up 3 times in my shop during the less than 1 month period that I have the shop unlocked for? I don't need a sleep, I need answers. I know the answer to this, but let's see what Benbro says. First, we roll for which series to show. Then we roll for which card in that series shows up. Yes, I have been saying this for a long time because they have answered this before. Benbro has said it before, or someone on the team said it before, and we have known this for a while. What this means is that if you only one Series 3 card left, you'll see it every time we roll for Series 3. It's not working exactly how we want it to right now. Of course, brother. Of course, because it sucks that you get the same card several times in a row. It makes sense that you don't get the same card twice in a row in the same series, but at the same time, why not make it just one big block? I don't know, maybe there's some nuance in there for why you can make it one big block of cards, you know. But whatever. That we have known for a while that this is how the shop works. How do you decide when to release variant ads? I'm just wanting to so many more. Noir and Momoko will release a new ad every week, but we don't know what art you are releasing. There is no tab or page or place I can go to know what new art is getting released. You just release it and we don't know what is happening. You have to do something about that, Secondina. How is that possible, Ben? If you have 10 cards missing, how can the same card show up in a row, brother? That is fucking weird. In a row, or you get something else, and then you get Wasp again. Do you guys have any plans for adding special effects to Thanos, or maybe even an animation like the one Galactus has? Yes, we're working on this. We have known this too. And yes, Thanos deserves an animation because the one for Galactus is fucking epic. It's the best animation in the game. I love having Galactus just for the animation because it feels awesome when you pull him up and the animation goes kneel before Galactus. But that Thanos doesn't have one is lame. It's stupid. Hey, I was curious. Do we know the end date of the 12.5k credits bundle? I may want to get it early next month, and I was curious if I will be able to get it then. This is the new pro bundle that costs $100, and they say it has no end date at this time. It will be available next month too. So you guys know that if you have in mind buying this $100 bundle, you aren't in a rush. There is no FOMO attached to this. You can wait it out and buy it later. Of course, that is if you want to spend $100 on that bullshit. But if you do, there is no rush because they aren't taking it away anytime soon. So that is something good to know. Hi Dex, thank you for fixing the bug that stopped accounts from being able to be played. My question is, will be compensation for accounts that suffer from this bug? Yes, we are working on this, so they are compensating people. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that this problem existed. I am just realizing it here. So there were people that couldn't play the game. How did this work, brother? Because I don't know. I am just realizing it here. But if a lot of people were affected by this, they have to compensate them somehow. And it is cool to know that they are going to do it, brother. Exactly. You can do a lot of bullshit with $100. Better than... Yo, Chris, brother, how you doing, my dude? How you doing, brother? There are a lot of things that you can do with $100 that are better than buying that pro bundle bullshit. But if you wanna do it, it is cool to know that it is going to remain in there. But my advice will be, do something else, brother. As I said in another video, with $100 you can buy a whole outfit, t-shirt, pants, sneakers, and you still have money for a burger, brother. So there you go. Since you are already developing controller support, are you considering to port the game to consoles? It's definitely something we are considering. I didn't know they were developing controller support. That is cool for people that want to just chill back and play with the controller. That is kind of cool. I could see that working out. And the console stuff could work out too. More people that have access to the game means a bigger community. So I support that decision, brother. What specifically do the pencil and the paint stuff mean? Just curious what those symbols are meant to delineate, especially because the pen only shows up sometimes when the single artist cards have the pencil and the palette. Pencils, inks, and colors. Oh, this is like the comics book. So when you open the card and they say the artist in the top, there you see who did the drawing and who did the inking and who did the coloring, and that is cool, brother. That is fucking cool. And they say I'll go to try to go faster because there are a lot of questions and answers, and not all of them are really relevant. But they say here that they will be re-releasing the beta content at some point in the future. If you didn't have access to stuff in the Wave season or in the third season, on the Daredevil season, don't worry, because those things are going to come back at some point in the future. So we are cool with that. And we are going to see artist credits in the store. Yes, we will see there eventually. I don't know why they take so long to do some stupid stuff, brother. They took months, fucking months, to just add the artist credits to cards, and it is just, you click the card and on top you see the name of the artist. Is that difficult? I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer, I don't know. But how hard can that bullshit be, brother? That can't be that hard, brother. That can't be that fucking hard. Since Black Panther will go to Pool 4 next month, can we expect the other season cards to get the same treat? Basically, will every season card drop to Pool 4 after 3 months? Yes, Silver Surfer will follow the same path next month. We have known this for a while, since they announced Series 5 in November, I believe. We have known that this is how this works. Yo, Exo, brother, so you are a professional programmer. Is it that hard to put the name on top of the card, brother? Does that take months? Because people have been asking for this since like August, brother, before the game launched. So, can I check if cards obtained during Season Pass will also get the first batch edition? The first edition batch. Yes, of course, they should get it, because for a Season Pass card, that is the first edition, when you get the Season Pass. Doing the thing is not hard. You can do it in a day. The problem is elsewhere. Oh, all right. So maybe well, they have said they have technical limitations to deploy patches. But since people have been asking for this for a long time, it wasn't that either, because you could wait for a month, but waiting 5 months, maybe it is like a development time. They are prioritizing other things, and then they get to that because they think that isn't that important. Maybe it's that. Oh yes, exactly, something like I was saying. Okay, yes. So it is like for in order of priority. So giving credit to the artist wasn't that of a priority, so they did other stuff first. Okay, I understand. The announcement specifically mentioned Series 5 will get it, but what about cards that were released in Series 4 for the first time? No, they will not receive first edition badges. So cards like Absorbing Man or Atuma or She-Hulk will not receive first edition badges. And this means that they are going to continue to release cards on Series 5. This is another clue that is telling us that they are planning to keep releasing cards into Series 5, because those are the cards that will get the first edition badge. Snapping at the last second of the turn timer is often optimal because it limits your opponent's time to react. It also prevents your opponent from changing their play if they already pressed end turn. Is the team planning on addressing this strategy, or is it intended? It's apparently quite technically challenging to allow the ability to on the turn, but we agree that will be a great solve for this. We'll keep trying to see what can be done here. So I didn't know that people were doing this strategy of snapping at the last second. I honestly didn't know. I don't do this. I just play the game normally, and if I feel confident, I snap. And I normally don't snap on the last turn. I snap earlier. But I could see how this could be taken advantage of. Of course, if you feel confident, you keep playing. If you don't, you retreat. I don't see it as that big of a deal. I could see it affecting, but not a big percentage. Now, he says it's apparently quite technically challenging. Again, I'm not a programmer, but I could see why this could be challenging from a logical standpoint. Because, for example, I was thinking the other day about when you play your cards and you want to take them back, you can do it or move them around. You can do it just freely, like you want. You have to take them back in the order you play them in, or place the orb and place the undo all actions, and all your cards come back. And I was thinking, why is this way? Why can't they just let us play and move around our cards? And I was thinking it is because in Marvel Snap, the order at which you play your cards is really important. And maybe if you shuffle them around, it is really difficult for the programmer to build the algorithm so freely, you know. They have to tell the program the order in which you play the cards. So I can see something like this being technically challenging. I don't know if it is impossible, but it is difficult, no? Are they really gonna stick with this bullshit of releasing every card to Series 5? Yes, they are going to do it, brother. They are going to do it for sure. First, you have to mock it, get the mock approved by your managers, implement the thing, do quality assurance, find out there are bugs, then do the whole process again 3 times. Then you have to wait for one of the infrequent patch cycles. Okay. So yeah, you can do that bullshit in a day, but it won't work always. Will be buggy, and you don't patch the game every day. I mean, they gotta show some love for Series C as well. Like, sure, keep releasing cards to Series 5, but at least release some cards to Series C as well every now and then. Brother, they see the demotion of cards as the release to Series C, you know? So, since starting at the last of this month, every month you will get 4 new cards into Series C, for them, that's a win, you know? That's a win for them. There is a large amount of overhead implementing any feature. How long it actually takes for the developers to do it is usually the shortest part of the process. So actually making the thing is the quickest bullshit. So the bureaucracy and the protocols and the bullshit is what takes the longest. Oh brother, we are fucked in this world. The way they are going about making everything a Series 5 card feels make it feel like Series C as the main release. Yes, yeah, the Series 3 is when the things get to Series 3 by the demotion. To them that is the release into Series 3. Will future bundles have collector's tokens in it? I think it's a question everyone in the community has to see if we save our gold or use them in the bundles that are coming out. Also, will future season passes have collector's tokens? I don't know the deets about the bundles offhand, but I will say that adding tokens to Season Pass is challenging because it's available to all players, but the token shop and tokens don't unlock until players hit collection level 500. In a way, credits and boosters convert into tokens by giving players more collection level, which gives more tokens. I have several things to say about this, but first let's go with the positive. I kind of agree a little bit with the stuff that not all players have access to the token shop, and his reasoning can be cool. His reasoning can be fine. But, and here comes the bots, what is the problem? Why can't they just save the tokens for when the token shop opens? What is the problem with having tokens that you can spend and when you get to collection level 500 you spend them? I don't see a problem with that. So that seems like a cop-out answer, you know. And the other thing is, why the fuck do you don't know the deeds about the bundles, brother? Well, offhand, he says offhand. Yes, maybe they have a lot of bundles coming out, and as Exot is saying, they have other persons in the team and the sales team and the marketing and whatever, so he doesn't have all the information about the bundles right off the top of his head. But he should have a better answer than this for sure. And you could save the tokens. You could save the tokens. And yes, credits and boosters convert into tokens, but at a minimal rate, brother. Give us more tokens. Because the rate at which credits and boosters convert into tokens is fucking stupid and it is useless. Exactly, they need to give us more tokens, brother. They need to give us more tokens or reduce the cost of cards. One of the two, brother. One of the two. Yo, Siki, brother, how you doing, my dude? Yes, we are checking here the Q&As, brother. Recently, it was confirmed that new release variants are released each week. Will there ever be official announcement? What I said earlier, they don't announce it, so you don't know what they are releasing. We are going to start announcing this stuff, yes. Not sure on the timeline, but it's something we are going to start doing at some point. Okay, this is cool. It is not something that important. I don't give a fuck if they delay it, but they are taking into consideration that they should do it, so we are cool with this. We are fucking cool with this. For those of us curious, mind sharing what the issue with Orca was? Okay, yes, because Orca was supposed to be released with Series 4 when the system launched, and they couldn't launch Orca. And Orca just released the patch we had like last week or the week before that, I don't remember. If I recall correctly, he was not marked as collectible, so if you purchase him, he wouldn't actually show up in your collection. I believe we fixed it and added a unique test so that we can't have this bug occur in the future with other cards. Okay, this is cool to know. Now Orca works, and this will probably won't happen again. So it is cool that happened with Orca, that nobody gives a fuck with Orca, so nobody cared that Orca was bugged. And now it can happen again when a cool card drops. So we are cool with this. This is good news, brothers. Oh, brother, thank God you didn't buy that bullshit. Orca sucks. Orca sucks dick. Orca is just a glorified Namor, brother. Do you see Namor being played? No. That tells you that Orca sucks. This question is stupid, so this maybe is better. We have been told boxes are rolled when you open them, but that they use the loot table from when they were earned. Does this mean just the types of rewards are remembered, as in just the percentages, or does it also remember the specific variants that were available at the time? For example, and Ben says, the loot table was bifurcated pre-token shop launch and post-token shop launch. Eventually, we are likely to move to a boxes are rolled when unlocked model. So what, brother, I am getting conflicted information because I thought that was how this worked right now. When unlock, that means when you open them or when you get them. I am not getting the bullshit here. I am not getting the bullshit here. Because unlock could mean when you get the box, or it could mean when you open the box. It could mean both of those. So I don't know. Oh, brother, I don't want to be rude either. I joke around and I bullshit in my videos, but I don't want to be rude to them, brother. If I ask something, I ask something cool, you know. I have asked something. I asked them one time if Dan Heap was going to do more variants, because I love those variants, and they responded that if Dan Heap wants to keep collaborating with them, they are going to keep hiring Dan Heap. Yes, it was a kind of stupid question, but that was a long time ago. The Token Show wasn't even announced when I asked that question. I believe the game wasn't even launched globally. It was in the beta or something like that. If I don't plan to buy the Pro Bundle, is there a way to hide it? Especially if it sounds like it isn't a limited time offer. We plan to move it to the bottom of the shop in a future update. This is cool to know. I am fine with that. Yes, fuck the leader, brother. Fuck the leader. Real Raptor, that question was asked. I believe I covered it like in my other video. And they just said that they are thinking in ways about improving the ranked rewards. That was the answer. That was everything they said about it. Since it's confirmed that the new variants will be dropping regularly, will the shop ever expand to offer more variants than just 6 randomly every 24 hours? Our plan is to make the variant shop smarter instead of larger. We will share more in the future. Of course, you don't want to make it larger, because making it larger implies that you reduce the FOMO. And you don't want to reduce the FOMO, right? You want people to see a variant and say, brother, I want this variant, but I don't know when I'm going to see this variant again in the shop. I have to get it right now. That is what happens, brother, right? You won't say it blunt and plainly like that, but that is what's happening. We all know it. Let's not be naive here, brother. The last time cards had dropped series were Killmonger and Sandman. If I remember correctly, if you completed series 2 at the time, you would get that 2 card guaranteed in your next boxes. And yes, that was like that. Killmonger and Sandman used to be, if you guys don't know this because you started the game at global launch, when the game was in beta, Killmonger and Sandman were series 3 cards. And since they were counters for decks that were played in that time, like one of the best decks was the Kazu deck, the Khazar Su deck, Killmonger and Sandman were counters for that deck. Moreover, the Killmonger, of course. So the person that had Killmonger was an advantage in that time. So they decided, and this was cool for them, they decided to demote Killmonger and Sandman from Series 3 to Series 2 so that everybody could get them and have the tools to counter the meta, you know? And that was cool. So this person is asking if this will happen again, basically. Because apart from downgrading them to Series 2, they did it that you have to get them in your next 2 boxes. Like, there is no RNG involved. In the patch where they dropped in series, you get them right away in your next box. No RNG involved. That was also cool. And Ben says here, yes, since you get a card every 4 boxes, you should get one of the new Series 3 cards within 4 boxes after the patch, because you already have every other Series 3 cards. Exactly, this is kind of common sense. This is intuitive. For example, I am Series 3 complete. So, when the patch drops, and from the Series 4 cards that they are dropping 4 cards, and I have 3 of them. They are dropping She-Hulk, Absorbing Man, Luke Cage, and Titania. And I have She-Hulk, Absorbing Man, and Luke Cage. So the only one I don't have is Titania. What is going to happen is that when she comes down to Series 3, in the next 4 boxes that I open, I am going to get it for sure, because it is the only Series 3 card that I will be missing at that point. So I will open the Titania in 4 boxes, and after that, I am Series 3 complete again, just waiting for another thing to drop in the next patch, you know. I'm guessing holding boxes is not a great idea because the rewards in the boxes are based on the day you get them. Apparently they are planning to do it that way, but right now it is when you open them. I am not really sure, brother. I am not really sure. That's why I don't give a fuck and I just open my boxes, because I am not really sure, because sometimes I said it in my stream, like on Friday, or I said it on my Discord channel. I don't remember, but it was like you get the thing when you open it. But now he says when you unlock it, but I don't understand what unlocks mean in this context, you know. But as far as I know, this is what I think it works like. As far as I know, right now, it works that the content is generated on the moment you open the box. But they wanna do it like you get it when you gain the box, when you just get the reserve without opening. And they want to do that so that people don't hold the boxes, you know, because right now people hold the boxes waiting for something to happen to open them, but they don't want that to happen. So to prevent that from happening, they are going to change it to when you get the box, so you just open them whenever. I believe that is how it works. Exactly, they don't want you to do that, so they are going to change it to so you don't hold the boxes. Exactly. Hi, is there a plan for like demons, Winter Soldier, etc.? I'm feeling bad for buying Bucky's variant due to he will be destroyed in the next round and I finally get a normal Winter Soldier. This is a problem I have been talking around about a lot. I believe it is stupid that you get a variant for something that spawns tokens and it doesn't get the variant. Brother, in Hearthstone and in Gwent, when you get your shiny card, your golden card that has an animation, the token has the animation too. This is the only fucking game where that doesn't happen, and it is stupid. It is stupid as fuck, brother. Why the fuck would you get a Bucky Barnes that you are going to kill, and the Winter Soldier is the same old Winter Soldier? Then Bucky Barnes variant suck. Don't buy Bucky Barnes variant because they fucking suck dick. Don't do it. No current plans. Of course, no current plans. Whoa. Why am I not surprised? But we love to find a way to offer variants for summon cards somehow, someday. So they aren't going to give tokens the variant with the base variant. They are going to give you another different variant. So you buy another variant and you can mix and match, which is stupid because that will trigger my OCD, brother. This is fucking stupid. Yes, all bosses and morph are stupid as fuck because they go away. They go away, brother. I know Ben answered someone else on here and said that you'll shuffle 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 tokens, and there are 2, 3 of each, and that's up on to an average of 400 after X amount of caches. The example he gave was 32 or something. Can we get a more concrete answer on this? If it's 2 sets of 200, 600, the implication is that in 10 cache groups, 48 total caches, 480 collection level, you can only get each number twice. And you total out 4K tokens plus a 1K from the 100 token caches, 5K total, which is the same as the fixed 400 system. If it's 3 sets, then the implication is 15 cache groups, etc., etc. Is it one of those or something different? It's not a pure percentage where someone can low roll 206 times in a row. Yes, you have it right. Okay. Long question, short answer. The dude has it right. So yes, in average, we will get the same tokens, but we can have variants inside the set. He's saying in here, for example, in a 10 cache group, those are 48 caches and 480 collection level. Okay, let's assume this is the PD timer or something like that. This is when everything averages down. It doesn't matter because 480 collection level took what, 2 weeks or more, or a month of climbing to get that amount of collection levels. I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. And in that amount of time, you have variance. So some people will get 600 for the first 2 weeks, and other people will get 200 for the first 2 weeks. So the other people will have an advantage for those 2 weeks before the average kicks in, you know. So you are adding an extra variance to the system that it didn't need it. Nobody asked for this, nobody wanted this, nobody likes this, because you can see here that they put the but why spelling in here, because yes, but why? What is the purpose of this? Why are you doing this? We know what you are doing it, but you aren't going to say it, right? You are doing it to introduce more RNG, more bullshit, more psychological torture into the game. We know it is because of that, brother. Oh, brother, that Black Panther Hulkbuster showed up in my shop some days ago, and I took a screenshot of it to show it to you guys, because someone asked what was the Black Panther, the Hulkbuster Black Panther in the Marvel Snap banner. You see, when you see the Marvel Snap banner, there is a Black Panther Hulkbuster in there. So when I saw the variant, I took a screenshot. Of course, I didn't buy that bullshit, but I took a screenshot. Oh, brother, that will happen. We will have, well, we know, because I won't do it, but people will do it. Have to buy variants for tokens, you know, for Bucky Barnes and for Tigers, for White Tiger or whatever. It will happen. Of course, it will happen. Then someone asks here, or can one stay on the previous version and face bots indefinitely? It depends. There are sometimes issues where we have to deprecate all versions early, but we sometimes leave it up for a little bit. It's not indefinite though. Oh, I remember people did this with when the token shop released, because if you got to 100 in the collection track, in the collection level, 100 not, 1000, 1K, you got extra tokens. You got 6K tokens. So people that were in the 900s wanted to reach to 1K before the patch drop. But some people didn't have enough time. So what they did was not update their app and have the app in the old version, so they could keep playing the game and keep upgrading their collection. So a lot of people did it that way, and they reached a 1K collection level in the old version, and then they updated and got the tokens. That was a smart move, by the way. Oh, because I always have my hair tied up. Today I said let's spice things up, and I have the hair wild, you know. But I normally tie up my hair. But yes, I have a very long hair. It doesn't see that as much because I have a curly hair, so you can see how long. But it is fucking long. So check this out. It is fucking long, my brother. Oh, the bald in the Kingpin. Yeah, some people said, brother, you should go bald because you look like the Kingpin. And it is cool to know that if I went bald, I will look cool. But I don't want to do it voluntarily, you know. So, what if I don't open my collector reserve till 31st January? Then my unopened collector reserve changes will get updated after 31st January. Or, here we have the answer of what we were talking a moment ago, brothers. Yes, correct. We only split pre and post token shop collector reserves. We are likely to change boxes to generate their contents when you unlock them, but we don't do that now. So yes, you can save up. I won't do it because I do the videos unlocking boxes and I don't have the strong will to hold up my boxes. But now, guys, you know that you could save up your boxes till the patch on the 31st of January when the patch launches and cards are demoted, and you will have a higher likelihood of getting the cards that are getting downgraded. So know that you can do this. They are going to change it, but we don't know when that will happen. So for now, apparently it is better to hold the boxes up. I've been growing my hair since 2016. 2016, my brother. I haven't cut my hair since 2016. I have I don't know how you say that in English, brother. Just the tip. I have cut the tip of the hair, but not a haircut as per se, you know. When your pool 3 complete, you get 500% more token, correct? But whenever cards get downshifted, players are immediately not pool 3 complete anymore. Does this also affect token acquisition? Will players open up 100 tokens again until they obtain the newly downshifted cards? Or do you only have to finish pool 3 once? Thanks in advance. All players open 100 tokens. The 200, 600 boxes are the fallback for when you try and get a Series 3 card but can't because you have them all. So in this case, you'd get a card instead of tokens until your Series 3 complete again. Of course, we have no, this is how this works for a long time, and it is common sense. It is something intuitive, you know. Oh, Roy, this is a spicy one. This is a spicy one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied is the team with the current card acquisition system? Please don't post a question in the title. And any important takeaways since global launch. And Ben Bro says, I don't know about a scale, but we recently posted about some of the areas for improvement in the most recent series drop block. So what does this mean? He doesn't want to tell us how happy they are with the system, maybe because there are some conflicting stances within the team, or maybe because they are really happy, or maybe because they are really unhappy. So that information isn't for us right now, but he says we recently posted about some of the areas for improvement in the most recent series drop block. I have a video talking about that, and let me tell you what they address in there. Yes, they address one of the problems, but they didn't address the other problem, because what they said is that it feels bad for people that haven't completed Series 3, but they kind of believe that people that completed Series 3 are happy, or it is better for them, and it is not better, and we are not happy, and it still feels bad. So more areas need improvement, Ben. More areas need improvement, my dude. You aren't taking into consideration everything, and I believe you know this. Oh, Exo, you say so. I open in my videos, opening boxes, I just do it in one go. Oh, brother, but my voice will go away really fast. When I open one box and it is a fucking title and I flip out, I go hard, you know. If I would have to do that 6 times in a row in one sitting, my voice will be out for sure for 3 days. If I do all the openings in a row, you know what I'm saying? Why is matchmaking regional? Is there any reason for it to be region restricted? Oh, you guys asked this earlier. We agree. We've been working on making it global, but he didn't answer why it is regional, brother. Yes, we know you are working on making it global. Thanks for that. That is fucking cool. But why is it regional? We want to know what happened. Why is it regional in the first place? Will there ever be a time again where you push Series 3 cards to Series Pool 2 cards the same way you did with the current cards? Maybe, not something we have planned out in advance. I am kind of cool with that. Yes, maybe new players want some Series 3 cards, get them more to Series 2. But let's be honest, you get to level 500 really quickly, brother. You get to level 500 really quickly. This is not really a problem. I don't see it as a problem, at least. The Series 5 bullshit, it is a fucking problem. This is a cool question. Have the team any thoughts to improve the incitements or reasons to play after reaching rank 100? I feel the game has suspense and is fun every season trying to reach 100, battling and snapping, but all that suspense, at least for me, disappeared after I reached that floor. Yeah, we definitely want to improve this part. Yes, and that's one of the reasons I want to reach to infinite this season. I want to get infinite because after I get to infinite, I don't have to worry about that bullshit anymore, and I can play whatever deck the fuck I want and showcase you guys weird cool decks. But I can do it right now if I want to get to infinite, you know. And of course, the people that are really tryhard right now just get big numbers on the infinite track, but for nothing. They get fucking a squat from that, you know. They don't get bullshit. If you get 1000 on the infinite, you get nothing, because there isn't even an official leaderboard. There is a leaderboard a snap song in Protac or something like that, but it isn't official. It is only for the people that register on the site, you know. So it isn't an official leaderboard. They need the official leaderboard, and I believe they announce it in the, how do you call that, the worksheet they are going to do, the roadmap. In the roadmap, they said that they are going to implement the leaderboard. You will totally put all of that if you do that. Save your boxes for 1 minute. Exactly. Yes, they did that with Killmonger because it was kind of a necessity, you know. And maybe if another Pool 3 card gets like that, maybe they will consider doing it. But it probably won't happen, you know. It probably won't happen. Yes, if you are at infinite rank, you get demoted to 70. But let's be honest, getting from 70 to 100 is a lot easier, brother. Last season, I climbed from 30 from 40 to 80. It was a long climb. And this season, I've been climbing from 50 to infinite. It is a long climb. But being at the 70, you are almost there, brother. You are almost there. For me, the hardest part is getting from 80 to 90. That is fuck, brother. That is hard as fuck. From 80 to 90, it is a fucking grind. So in the blog post, you say the cards will eventually become easy to obtain through enough series drops. Oh, I jump over some questions here. They want to improve the infinite, but they didn't say how. And yes, it needs improvement, brother. Beyond the leaderboard, because for some people the leaderboard isn't enough. For those who are seriously complete when a card moves, oh, they already answered this before. In the blog post, you say all cards will eventually become easy to obtain, but not Thanos and Galactus. I just wanted to get some confirmation if I understood this correctly. Does this mean that Thanos and Galactus will always stay as Series 5 cards, will never downgrade, and eventually in the future we might get more cards that permanently stay in Series 5 with them? That's the current plan. Don't know about your second question yet. Okay. So we get the confirmation. Of course, this was obvious because of the post they released, but there were some people that kind of thought that they were just saying that they aren't going to get downgraded for now, but maybe they will get downgraded in the future. I, of course, knew they weren't going to get downgraded ever, but here he just confirms it and says right away, no, Thanos and Galactus won't get downgraded ever. And they don't have any plans of releasing a new Series 5 card that stays as a Series 5 card forever, like Thanos and Galactus, and that is cool to know. Just leave Thanos and Galactus there and let us play with whatever else, brother, please. Brother, Galactus is a giga chat, brother. Exactly. Those are basically the only cards where you wanna pay the 6K tokens for Galactus and Thanos, because that is the only fucking way of getting them, you know. I got my Galactus for 6K tokens. I am happy with that, but I won't get the Thanos. I will just wait until I get the Thanos on a reserve or not having a oh, brother, or not having at all. I am not in a hurry to have Thanos. And I believe it is cool to have him for the memes to open him in the box, you know. Thanks, Raptor. Thanks, brother. Yo, Minecraft Gamer. I don't think I would, brother, because I like showcasing different decks and have fun with you guys with different decks on the stream. And to try to get to the leaderboard, I have to try hard with a meta deck. And that will be boring after a while, you know, like, oh, this motherfucker is playing this deck again, the same games again. Fuck this bullshit, you know. And it isn't good for content in YouTube either. And that isn't taking into consideration that maybe if I try hard, I couldn't even do it. I don't know. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But that isn't even factoring that in, you know. Here he answers again what the badge for season pass cards. That is cool. This is a cool question. Will all new cards only get added to Series 5 or will some be added to Series 4 too? This is important. And they say they all go to Series 5 to start, but then get down to Series 4. So the same bullshit we have right now. So they are doubling down on it. They are going to keep releasing stuff in Series 5. He's open apparently to the possibility of releasing something into Series 4 because, it doesn't matter, it will get downgraded eventually, brother. Don't worry about it. It will get downgraded in 3 months after you are getting smashed by that card in the ranked ladder, brother. Don't worry about it. Oh yes, brother, I will keep trying until I get in a cache or not getting a fucking all. I don't care about that, brother. I don't fucking care about that. Here we have more clarifications. I think you have it backwards. It's determined when you open it. We are working to make the opposite true. So yes, right now, it is cool to hoard them, but they want to work so you don't hoard them. Wow. That sneeze fucked me over, brother. I am curious if you all see a decrease in daily active users, players during polarizing feature hot locations. In the past, I defended them, but I'm starting to notice how they could negatively impact the game. This is a cool question, but I also would like to ask them, this is a cool question that I could ask. If they see a decrease in player activity at the end of the season, because they don't re-rank you based on your current, on your highest rank, but they rank you on your current rank. So if people reach 80 or 81, for example, they don't play the game, so they don't get demoted to 79, and then when the rank kicks in, they rank you to 30 instead of 40, you know. So people don't play the game, so they don't get the rank, which is stupid. You are incentivizing people to not play the game. So I would want to ask them if they see a decrease in player activity in those days because people aren't playing to not the rank. But this is a cool question too, and he says we are tracking this, but they don't seem to have much effect. Positive or negative? Isn't this effect instead of effect? In how many games folks play on average? That's just data though, not the only thing we look at as we make decisions. Player feedback is a big component as well, and our own experience with the game. Yo, Peter, brother, how you doing, my dude? I hope you are great, brother. Unranked mode shouldn't have any other feature location, so players can go on there to play whatever they want, whenever they want. Oh yes, that is true, brother. They are thinking how to implement unranked mode because if you don't have cubes, the games are kind of lame, right? So they are planning on how to make unranked mode work. But if they do, I hope they do it without the hot location. Or maybe people will want to try stuff with the hot location. That is something weird because there are people that are going to want to practice a deck for the hot location, you know, in the unranked mode. When will the new start bug on Steam be fixed? It's not a bug, it just hasn't been implemented yet, and it's one of the reasons PC isn't officially launched yet. I'm so sorry about the inbox rewards. You may be able to run an Android emulator on your PC as a workaround. Yes, this is annoying as fuck. It is not a big of a deal, but it is annoying as fuck that when there are, I play on Steam normally, but when there are stuff in the inbox, I have to go to my phone and open the inbox of on my phone so I get the rewards. It is annoying as fuck, but it is nothing game breaking or anything. I don't give a fuck if they take a year to fix that bullshit, but fix the Series 5 cards. That is what I want you to fix, brother. Will there be global matchmaking? We know this. What are the regions supported in battle mode? Your recent post says that the battle mode matchmaking will only support regional matches. Can you confirm what the regions are, how they are geographically defined? Oh, brother, I hope this doesn't happen. And he responds, we are working hard to see if we can remove that restriction before we launch the game. Please do it. Please fucking do it, because I want to do battle modes with my viewers, and I have viewers from everywhere around the world. So I want to play with them, but if it is regional, if there is a regional restriction, I won't be able to do it, which sucks. I want to be able to play with everyone, brother. So I hope they manage to fix this before the feature launches, so we can play with everyone, brother, and that is cool. Yo, Chemical Chaos, brother, how you doing, my dude? How you doing, brother? Since Broad confirmed that accounts are locked to the region they created, what does this do to the beta players? A lot of us installed the game with Philippines accounts when it first came out there in June. Is our accounts locked in Philippines, or how does it work? We are hoping to make this essentially irrelevant. Let's see how far we can get, and if we can do that before we even ship battle mode. Yes, because I don't know if you guys know this, but when the game launched globally, it was already out in Philippines, officially out, not the beta, not the closed beta, officially out in the Philippines for like 4 months. So what people did to be able to play the game early was create an account as if they were from the Philippines, and you could do that and have access to the full game like if you lived in Philippines, because the game was already launched in there. And this wasn't illegal or anything to do. This was, everyone could do this. So yes, you could play the game that way. So a lot of people have a regional account for the Philippines because of that. So they are worried that that will affect them in the future. But since they are planning to do the matchmaking globally, and if they manage to make the battle mode global too, you don't have to worry about it, brother. You don't have to worry about that bullshit. And I hope it happens that way, brother. I hope it happens that way. What types of solutions are being contemplated to fix card token acquisition issues for players? I heard that this was an issue that was being looked into. What are the solutions that are most likely to be implemented? I've seen others suggest milestones. When players reach collection level 500, they get 3K tokens. Why not continue with milestones along the track, like every 500 collection level? Is something like that unfeasible? And he says, not ready to talk about it just yet, but hopefully soon. Thanks for the suggestion. So this gives up a little bit of hope, a little sunshine, that maybe they will improve token acquisition. He says, not ready to talk about it. Maybe they are working on something. Maybe they will continue to release Series 5 new cards into Series 5. But if they improve token acquisition, maybe it isn't that big of a deal, you know? And I will have a little faith. I know that I can be pessimistic sometimes, but I will have a little faith that this will be something cool. Normally, it isn't something cool. Normally, it is some fucking bullshit. But I hope this time it is something cool. This is a long fucking ask question. And it is for boosters. I don't give a fuck about boosters. This is something for variants. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this either. This is again the reserves where they are generated on opening. So we don't give a fuck about that. We know we can get 700 gold variants from reserves, and the other ones can get from variant shop. If whales have all 700 gold variants and they get a reward of a variant, what will they get? If it's a reserve that will have had a variant in it, the other items in that box just get more likely to drop. In this case, it's a cosmetic box, so you'll get more titles and avatars, at least until we add more categories of cosmetics. If it's one of those purple mystery variant rewards of the season pass or something, the fallback is 200 gold. So basically, you can get the 1200 gold. I thought you could get the 1200 gold variants for a box. So you can't. The only way of getting a 1200 variant is buying it directly. I didn't know this, brother. I didn't know this. They should do login bonuses like most mobile games. Log in 7 days in a row and get like 500 tokens every week. Oh, that would be cool. Because, yes, it is some stuff intended to increase engagement metrics, but who gives a fuck? You just log in and log out and get the bullshit. It is cool. It is not that big of a deal. And getting tokens is fucking cool. And they get people to log into the game too, which is cool. I don't give a fuck about this. I was wondering if you guys had a schedule for patches. For example, League has a patch every 2 weeks or monthly, or is it just kind of case by case basis for what you think the game needs? We do, but unlike League, we need approval from the platforms before we can patch, and so our patches are by necessity a bit less reliable. We have talked about this before, guys. I told you, they have a tech limitation with patches because they have to coordinate with Google Store and the Apple Store and whatever bullshit. So they can't just deploy a patch whenever. For me, it is stupid. They need to do something to be able to deploy a hotfix whenever they want. But they can't do it right now. So that's why we have only one patch a month, because they have that tech limitation. So that's why they need to be more aggressive with the nerfs, because now we have another whole fucking month of the leader being bullshit. Also, we sometimes find last minute issues and need to delay, so we can't communicate an exact pace. But our goal is to patch about every 4 weeks right now. Okay, 4 weeks is a cool cadence, but you need to be more aggressive with the nerf to stuff like the leader, so we don't have another month of botching. But I am cool with 4 weeks in a row. It appears the latest patch introduced a change to the translation of Killmonger's card text. In German, for example, it now says, "Kill all cards here." Is this a sign of an incoming nerf? Oh yes, I saw a post about this on the Reddit. And it happened in the Spanish version too. And people were speculating it is because Killmonger will get nerfed to only kill cards in his lane. But Ben Brose clarifies and says, I don't believe so. I think it's just a mistranslation. So, no worries about the nerf to the Killmonger. That could maybe use the nerf because Killmonger is an insane card, brother. Killmonger has... I climbed over the weekend from 80 to 90, and one of the cards that helped me out to get that push was Killmonger, for sure. Killmonger is insane, my brother.